Hi, there have been some pretty big moves on FDI by the government today. It does seem obvious that some of this is to deflect attention from the episode about Dr. Raghuram Rajan not getting an extension, because tomorrow's headlines will clearly be about the big FDI and reforms. But nevertheless, I think some of the reforms are quite big. There's a lot for every sector. And I mean, if you just go through some of them, if to begin with, let's take the defense sector. So earlier on, you had up to 49% in the defense sector on the automatic route, and up to 100% was allowed for what is called state of the art. Now the problem with state of the art or cutting edge, it's very difficult to sort of quantify what exactly they are. So what the new policy says is that up to 49 will remain automatic. Beyond 49% can be done subject to government approval, but the state of the art part has been removed. So the government could possibly now clear 74% for somebody saying that it will create employment, or 74% or 100% for a different reason. So I think that's a very, very big positive. Some of the on civil aviation, we've got a policy where where there's a little bit of confusion. What's been done? Let me tell you, the law up to now is that up to 49% is allowed for anyone. 100% is allowed if you're an NRI, because NRIs are considered to be Indians. But so what has been done now is that the government has allowed 100% for anyone, but 49% for aviation companies. So this is critical. This is where there is scope for maneuver or scope for interpretation. One argument could be that a Qatar Airlines can now come and buy a company with a 49% stake, and the 51% stake can be owned by another Qatar foundation, let's say. So this is one way in which the ownership and control can totally go to a foreign hands. So I mean, I think this is it's a sort of a creative way of allowing 100% FDI. I think that's a good thing. The other interesting change that we see is in the pharmaceutical sector. Up to now, the policy was that if you set up a brand new factory, you could invest up to 100%. But if you bought into a foreign company, if let's say Eli Lilly was to buy into an Indian company, let's say a Sun Pharma, they could buy only up to 49%, and beyond that they had to take government approval. Now they can buy up to 74% without taking government approval. So that's called brownfield. I think that's a very big positive. The area which is a bit confusing, I mean, there's good news there, is single brand retailing. So this is like Apple or Xiaomi or one of these companies coming in. So up till now, the law said that you needed anybody who came into India had to buy 30% of their raw material. They had to do 30% local sourcing here. This is something that Apple objected to, and the government had said that we'll do some relaxation for state of the art and cutting edge things. So what has been done now is that the policy says that we'll relax the 30% local sourcing norm, but the problem is it doesn't say what is the relaxation it will do. Is it going to be relaxed to 10% or 5%, or how much is the relaxation going to be? And secondly, what it doesn't say, that it still doesn't tell us what cutting edge and state of the art is. In overall terms, liberalization of the FDI policy is welcome. You wonder whether this has been done to divert attention from Dr. Raghuram Rajan. And it would be nice if there was greater clarity on local sourcing. It's still been kept vague on the aviation sector, as I said. To say that you can go beyond 49%, but you have to seek government approval, is a bit odd. They should have just made it fully automatic, but a move forward, but not as great as the government would like us to think so.